In the quiet glow of a bathroom mirror somewhere in suburban America, a woman in a perfectly pressed nightgown stood before a cabinet filled with powders, perfumes, creams, and secrets she would never speak aloud. In the 1950s, hygiene was not simply about cleanliness, it was about respectability, femininity, marriage, and survival in a world where a single mistake could quietly ruin a woman's reputation. Beneath the cheerful advertisements and sparkling Hollywood smiles existed an entire hidden world of unspoken rules women followed every single day without question. Some were strange, some were exhausting, and some would shock modern audiences who can hardly imagine living under such invisible pressure. Women carried tiny perfume atomizers in their purses like emergency tools, scrubbed their homes before guests arrived unexpectedly, and feared being labeled unkempt more than almost anything else. But the most unsettling part was how normal all of it became. These rituals were passed from mothers to daughters in whispers, beauty salons, and women's magazines, shaping an entire generation behind closed doors. Tonight, we are stepping back into that forgotten world of lipstick-stained coffee cups, steaming bathtubs, floral talcum powder clouds, and impossible standards that no one dared question. And as we count down the hidden hygiene rules every 1950s woman knew by heart, you may begin to realize just how much of modern beauty culture was born in silence decades ago. If you love uncovering forgotten stories from the past, subscribe now and join this journey into vintage America, because some of these secrets were never meant to survive this long. Number 20 began with a ritual so ordinary in the 1950s that almost every woman practiced it daily, powdering the body after every bath. Women dusted themselves with clouds of scented talcum powder before dressing, believing soft floral fragrance was part of being feminine itself. Bathroom counters looked like perfume displays, lined with delicate glass jars and velvet powder puffs. But decades later, health concerns quietly pushed many of these products into controversy, and what once symbolized elegance slowly disappeared from everyday life. Number 19 was the strange obsession with perfectly clean gloves. Women in the 1950s often wore gloves in public, but few people realize how seriously hygiene was tied to them. White gloves represented purity, class, and discipline. A stain on them could spark silent judgment. Housewives soaked and scrubbed them carefully at night, while radio programs played softly in the background. Today, gloves are fashion accessories at best, but back then, they carried the weight of a woman's social image. Number 18 involved something many modern viewers would find exhausting: changing clothes multiple times a day. Morning dresses, cleaning outfits, afternoon attire, dinner dresses, and nightwear all served different purposes. Wearing the same outfit too long risked appearing careless or unhygienic. Women feared body odor constantly, especially during hot summers without modern air conditioning. Few people today even remember how physically demanding it was to maintain such appearances every single day. Number 17 was the unwritten rule that a woman should never appear sweaty in public. Advertisements warned women that perspiration could destroy romance, embarrass husbands, and damage reputations. Deodorant marketing exploded during the 1950s, turning natural human sweat into a social fear. Women carried tissues, perfume, and powder in their handbags at all times. But that wasn't the strangest part. Many women were taught to secretly reapply deodorant during social visits without anyone noticing. Number 16 centered around weekly hair-washing rituals that now feel almost unbelievable. Unlike today's daily showers, many women visited salons once a week for carefully styled hairdos. They tried desperately to preserve for days. They slept in uncomfortable rollers, wrapped scarves around their heads at night, and avoided humidity whenever possible. Rain could ruin an entire week of effort. Beauty became something fragile, almost like maintaining a sculpture. Number 15 was the mysterious fear of bad breath. Women were constantly warned that one unpleasant conversation could permanently affect how others viewed them. Mints, mouthwash, gum, and breath sprays became quiet essentials. Magazine ads often portrayed lonely women rejected because of invisible odor problems. It created anxieties many women carried silently for years. What happened next shocked many young girls entering adulthood. Mothers began teaching daughters these fears before they even experienced dating themselves. Number 14 involved cleaning the home before cleaning oneself. In 1950s America, a spotless kitchen symbolized feminine success. Many women woke before sunrise to polish counters, sweep floors, and prepare breakfast before even getting dressed. Hygiene extended beyond the body and into every visible corner of the home. Guests dropping by unexpectedly caused panic because a messy home reflected directly on a woman's worth today. Convenience dominates modern living, but back then perfection felt mandatory. Number 13 was the ritual of nightly cold cream removal. Heavy makeup trends required women to carefully cleanse their faces every evening using thick cold creams applied before mirrors surrounded by glowing vanity lights. The ritual looked glamorous in advertisements, but in reality it became another exhausting expectation. Women feared wrinkles constantly, believing aging itself was something shameful to hide. Few people today realize how deeply beauty industries profited from those insecurities even decades ago. Number 12 involved keeping feminine products hidden at all costs. Menstruation remained highly secretive during the 1950s, discussed in whispers and hidden behind coded language. Women wrapped sanitary products discreetly before throwing them away and often felt embarrassment purchasing them in stores. Advertisements used blue liquid demonstrations instead of speaking honestly. The silence surrounding women's bodies became part of everyday life. Number 11 was the pressure to smell beautiful at all times. Perfume wasn't reserved for special occasions. Many women believed a signature scent defined their femininity. Floral fragrances filled bedrooms, handbags, department stores, and dressing tables covered with crystal perfume bottles. Some women even sprayed perfume onto letters before mailing them. But beneath the glamour existed fear that natural scent itself was unacceptable. Number 10 focused on shaving rituals few questioned back then. By the 1950s, magazines aggressively promoted smooth legs and underarms as essential signs of proper womanhood. Razor companies targeted insecurities brilliantly, convincing women body hair was embarrassing. Young girls absorbed these standards early, often feeling ashamed before fully understanding why. The emotional pressure quietly shaped generations. Number 9 involved the ritual of hand-washing dishes immediately after meals. Kitchens were expected to remain immaculate, especially for housewives. Dirty dishes sitting overnight symbolized laziness. Women often scrubbed plates while still wearing pearls and dresses, because appearances mattered even inside private homes. Hollywood sold the illusion that domestic perfection created happiness, but behind many smiles was simple exhaustion. Number 8 was the obsession with dental appearance. Perfect white teeth symbolized discipline, attractiveness, and class. Women used whitening powders, strict brushing habits, and frequent mirror checks long before cosmetic dentistry became mainstream. Smiling itself became carefully managed. Photographs from the era captured glamorous confidence, but rarely revealed the anxieties hiding underneath.